All right, next question up. So what we're going to do is we are going to begin with the question sentence. We need to know what we want to find. So it says, what is the length of each side of the bed? Okay, cool. So that's story-wise, yeah, sure. We can imagine a bed and we want to know the length of each side. Sure. But we want to know this mathematically. We want to know what shape we're dealing with, what formulas we use. We want things to be a little clearer, again, in terms of the math. So when we take a look here, we want to know the length, which could be a side. We just need to know what shape this bed is. When we look at the first sentence, a gardener has this many feet of decorative edging to border a square flower bed right there. So we know we're dealing with a square. Now that we know that it's a square, let me go ahead and draw this square out. Booyah. And let's now take a look at these context clues because we want to know the length of the side of the bed. So that's going to be a square with a length or a side. And everybody, this is where, again, it's not about memorizing, it's about understanding. My party people, what is the fact about a square that might be particularly useful here? When it comes to squares, yeah, we're dealing with equal sides. That's what we're dealing with. So this is going to help us out here. This is the biggest piece of information. The gardener has 48 feet of decorative edging. Everybody, when we think about decorative edging, so the edge of this shape, and 48 feet, not square feet, just 48 feet, what are we describing, everybody? What are we describing? 48 feet of decorative edging going around the square. Yeah, that's perimeter. We are given the perimeter. So given that we're given the perimeter and we're given a square, the formula is, well, 4 of those sides makes that perimeter. That's what we know. And if we wanted to find one of the sides, given that all of the sides are the same, we would divide by 4. So here we go. Here's the perimeter, the 48 feet. Plug that in. 48 equals 4 multiplied by the side. And to find the side by itself, we'll divide both sides by 4. Because again, we have 4 equal sides. So working backwards, we cancel on the right side, giving us that side by itself. 48 divided by 4, that's 12 feet. And there we go. We're all done. The correct answer here is A, 12 feet. Because we're dealing with a square, we would cut that perimeter in 4 to get one of the sides. All right, let's take a look at our next one here. The first thing that we look at, as always, is the question sentence. So here we're asking, what is the area of the resulting figure? Okay, that's a little weird, a little ominous, a little different. My party people so far, can you tell me, does this specify exactly what shape we're dealing with? Because I see the word area, but does this explicitly say what shape we're looking at as the result? Like what the resulting figure is? I know I see square right here, but we got to be very careful because they're not talking about the existing figures. They're talking about a resulting figure. So first things first, let's play it safe. Let's get those keywords out. It says, what is the area? So that's all I'm going to write down at first. I want the area of this new figure. Okay, sounds good. Now, let me really contextualize this. Let me understand what the heck this prompt is saying. So 2 congruent squares with sides of 5 centimeters are joined edge to edge. Okay, let's go ahead and imagine that. When in doubt, let's draw it out. So here we go. I'm going to draw a little square over here. Perfect. And it says that it has side lengths of 5 centimeters. So we'll do that there, and we'll do 5 centimeters over here. Nice and easy. Now, quick question, everybody. What does congruent mean? Because it says we have 2 squares, and it says that these squares are congruent. What does congruent mean again? Yeah, it means that they're the same. So we have 2 squares, not just one. We have 2 squares that are 5 centimeters apiece. Let me connect them right there. So 5 centimeters still at the bottom, 5 centimeters right there. My party people, quick question. If we think about this, these two squares joined edge to edge, because again, this is an edge, they're joined edge to edge. What shape are we dealing with? Yeah, we're dealing with a rectangle now. So everybody, when we think of the area of this new figure, what shape are we going to use the area formula for? Yeah, it's just the area of a rectangle. So when we think about, again, when we draw out, when we visualize what the story is saying, before we get hung up on the numbers, we get to really see the bigger picture. So all they're really saying is find the area of this resulting rectangle when we put these two squares together. And the formula for the area of a rectangle is just going to be the length multiplied by the width. And so the width right over here, I can say it's 5 centimeters. But when it comes to the length, I see that that's going to be 5 centimeters and 5 centimeters together, right there. Everybody, can we see that this rectangle here, the area of this rectangle is the length times the width? And we notice that we have the length being both of these 5s together, and the width is just the 5 right there. But the bottom is what we really have to pay attention to, right? We see that the length is different. We see that it's 5 plus 5, and I'm not going to patronize anybody, but what is 5 plus 5? Yeah, that's going to be 10. So I'm going to grab that. Bam. This is going to be 10 multiplied by 5. Everybody, 10 multiplied by 5 is going to be what? Yeah, that's going to be 50. Right on. Area equals 50 square centimeters. And we're good. But I want to make sure I convince everybody here. I don't want to put you in a position to think of this as, oh man, so I had to realize that this was a rectangle for me to get this right. Well, not really. Everybody, one more time, help me out. The word congruent means what again? The word congruent means the same. Exactly. So if they're both the same, let's just zoom in over here and really think about this rationally. Let me grab my eraser and get rid of that highlight, and then just separate these two squares. Just like that, nice and easy. So I'm going to change the color over here. Let's change the color to some orange. I think that'll work. Yeah, that works just fine. Everybody, what's the area of a square going to be? The area of a square is just going to be side times side, right? Side squared, as some of us might say. So help me out. What's the area of one of these squares? That's going to be 5 squared. Everybody, what's 5 squared going to be? Yeah, that's 25. So we have 25 square centimeters for just one of these squares. How am I supposed to get the area of 2 of the same squares? What do I do to the 25? Right, you just add it together. That means that this is 25 square centimeters as well. If you add those together, 25 plus 25, which is the same thing as saying 25 times 2, we end up getting 50 square centimeters. So there are 2 ways to get this problem right. But essentially what you're doing is just, hey, we are bringing these 2 squares together, and so we are getting the total area, add the areas together. My party people, does that make general sense to you, yes or no, before we continue? All right, sounds good. So let's go ahead and move it forward. Let's try another one out.